You need to study, and so do I.
Welcome back to Prep With Me. We've been preparing for the SHRM-CP exam together, using the SHRM Body of Applied Skills and Knowledge, or BASK, as our guide. We've now reached the final sub-competency inside leadership and navigation, which is influence. We covered influence techniques earlier in Lesson 4, but this is a little different. This isn't about tactics like personal appeal or persuasion. Influence as its own sub-competency is about inspiring colleagues, leaders, and stakeholders to support HR's strategic vision and goals. This is SHRM's version of strategic influence, essentially. Influence tied directly to mission, purpose, trust, and credibility. The BASK defines influence as the ability to inspire colleagues to understand and pursue the strategic vision and goals of HR and the organization. While persuasion tactics are how you influence, this sub-competency focuses on what effective HR influence achieves. It has 5 proficiency indicators. Let's break them down. 1. Build credibility as an HR expert within and outside of the organization. HR influence through credibility comes from accuracy, professionalism, reliability, ethics, and demonstrating HR expertise over time. For HR, influence doesn't come from authority, it comes from trusted expertise. HR doesn't influence leaders because of your title. You influence them because they believe that you know what you're doing, give reliable advice, are consistent, ethical, understand the business, have accurate information, and follow through with your promises. So, for the test, look for answers where HR provides reliable guidance, corrects misinformation, demonstrates expertise, earns a seat at the table, and builds trust with leaders. Avoid answers where HR forces decisions or relies solely on their position. Question. A department head routinely seeks out HR for guidance because HR consistently provides accurate, practical, and timely advice. What influence behavior does this demonstrate? A. Advocating for employees. B. Promoting buy-in. C. Motivating stakeholders. Or D. Building credibility as an HR expert. The answer is D. Building credibility as an HR expert. Credibility is trust earned through displayed expertise and consistency, exactly as described here in the example. 2. Promote buy-in among organizational stakeholders for HR initiatives. Influence means helping others understand why an HR initiative matters and gain their support. Buy-in is not about getting people to just agree, it's about getting people to care enough to support the initiative. SHRM wants you to understand that HR influence is not persuasion in a manipulative sense, it's just alignment of goals. Real buy-in happens when HR explains the why behind a change, tailors messages to audience needs, listens to concerns and adjusts, and then makes stakeholders feel like partners, not just recipients of information. For the test, choose answers where HR aligns initiatives to organizational goals, communicates benefits, engages stakeholders early, listens to concerns, adjusts messaging for different audiences. Avoid answers where HR pushes initiatives without considering impact or stakeholder needs. Here's a practice question. HR meets with managers before launching a new performance tool to explain how it will reduce administrative time and improve coaching quality, alleviating a significant paperwork burden previously held by all these managers. What is HR demonstrating? A. Motivating HR staff. B. Promoting buy-in for HR initiatives. C. Building credibility. Or D. Advocating for employees. The answer is B. Promoting buy-in for HR initiatives. Explaining the purpose and benefits of a program before rollout to your stakeholders is exactly how buy-in is created. Buy-in means helping people see the value so they'll get behind your goal. Proficiency Indicator 3. Motivate HR staff and other stakeholders to support HR's vision and goals. This goes another step beyond buy-in. Motivation is about inspiring people to act, not just agree. It's the emotional and strategic lift HR provides to get people energized about their work. Motivation can come through connection to purpose, enthusiasm, clarity, or meaningful benefits. Whereas buy-in is, I understand this and I'll support it. Motivation is, I want to act on this. For the test, correct answers show HR energizing or inspiring others, using purpose-driven messaging, reinforcing strategic goals, uniting teams around a vision, and helping others see their role in the strategy. Avoid answers that describe compliance, pressure, or fear-based motivation. Question: during a talent development rollout, HR communicates how developing internal leaders supports the company's long-term growth strategy, energizing managers to commit time to coaching. This reflects A. Motivating stakeholders to support HR goals. B. Building credibility. C. Advocacy. Or D. Promoting buy-in. The answer is A. Motivating stakeholders to support HR goals. This example shows motivation as the HR professional turned their management team's understanding of a concept into a commitment to act. Indicator 4. Advocates for the organization or employees to advance the organization's strategic direction and goals. Influence sometimes means taking a stand, speaking up for employees' needs, or representing the organization's interests fairly and ethically. Advocacy in HR is being a champion for the right thing, for employees and the organization, in a way that supports strategic goals. This requires judgment, courage, balance, and clarity. So for the test, choose answers where HR champions employee concerns, advocates for resources to support company and HR strategy, ensures fairness, represents the organization ethically, and mediates between employee and organizational needs. Avoid answers where HR stays silent or avoids necessary conflict. HR identifies a skills gap affecting safety compliance and advocates to senior leadership for expanded training resources to address the deficiency. This demonstrates A. Motivating stakeholders. B. Advocacy to support strategic direction. C. Building credibility. Or D. Fixing misaligned resources. The answer is B. Advocacy to support strategic direction. HR is advocating for necessary resources to support our strategic goals. Advocacy is about supporting what moves the organization forward ethically and effectively. Proficiency Indicator 5. Shares opinions about important issues, regardless of risk or discouragement from others. You must speak up on important issues, even when risky. Influential HR professionals speak truth, respectfully but firmly, when something violates laws, values, or strategic direction. It's not about being confrontational, rather it's the willingness to raise concerns, offer expert advice, or challenge decisions respectfully, even when a senior leader disagrees, the topic is sensitive, there's social pressure to stay quiet, it could create conflict, or it feels uncomfortable. For the test, correct answers should involve HR voicing concerns despite pushback, raising ethical or legal issues, speaking honestly about risks, challenging poor decisions respectfully, and holding leadership accountable to values. Avoid answers where HR avoids the conflict or stays silent. Question: a senior leader proposes skipping mandatory training to save time. HR respectfully explains the legal risks and insists that the training proceed. This demonstrates A. Promoting buy-in. B. Motivating others. C. Speaking up despite risk to uphold organizational values and legal obligations, or D, building credibility. The answer is C, speaking up despite risk. In this example, HR is directly confronting a critical issue despite potential resistance by a senior leader. SHRM wants to see whether an HR professional will uphold values, ethics, and strategy even under pressure. HR must speak up when it matters, even when it's hard. Great work. Let's move on to the rapid review. 1. HR consistently provides accurate guidance and becomes a trusted advisor to managers. Which influence behavior is shown? A. Advocacy. B. Building credibility as an HR expert. C. Motivating stakeholders. Or D. Persuasive communication. The answer is B. Building credibility as an HR expert. Trust built through expertise equals credibility, the foundation of influence. 2. Before rolling out a new policy, HR meets with stakeholders to explain how it supports strategic goals. This demonstrates A. Motivating staff, B. Navigating politics, C. Promoting stakeholder buy-in for HR initiatives, or D. Correcting misalignment. The answer is C. Promoting stakeholder buy-in for HR initiatives. This is a classic example of buy-in, building understanding and commitment before implementation. 3. HR inspires managers by connecting the talent program to the company's long-term mission. This reflects A. Motivating others to support HR's vision and goals. B. Advocacy. C. Organizational navigation. Or D. Ethical persuasion. The answer is A. Motivating others to support HR vision and goals. Action-oriented inspiration seen here is motivation. Question 4. HR speaks up in an executive meeting to highlight fairness issues in a proposed policy. Which indicator is this? A. Advocacy. B. Milestone tracking. C. Change management. Or D. Personal leadership quality. The answer is A. Advocacy. Advocacy is about voicing concerns for the benefit of employees and the organization, particularly when aligned to strategic direction. Great work. You just completed the final sub-competency of leadership and navigation, influence. If this helped, please like, subscribe, and join me for our next video. It'll be a full leadership and navigation review where we'll practice realistic SHRM style questions from material we've covered in the first 9 lessons.